So yeah, Hulk is never seeing the light of day again, is he? Season 4 is upon us, and in my opinion, this is going to be the best season in terms of new content, quality of life changes, updates, things that we need in the game. They're not going to solve every problem overnight, and I know there's a lot of doom and gloom videos and posting about this game, but if I can be completely honest, this is the game that I love. It's a game that I think is a great quality game. People like to say this game is dying. It's definitely not going anywhere. It's going to have a long, long life. I've seen this with many games for years. Let me tell you, this game is here to stay, and Season 4 is a great step in the right direction. So what I want to do in this video is just recap all the new things we're getting, discuss them all, give my general thoughts on it, and then discuss how I think this is going to actually help the game in the long run. Because whether you play this game, you used to play it, you're on the fence of playing it still, the developers care about this game and they care about us. They do listen to us and what we have to say, and not a lot of games can say that about their developers. So let's just start with the new stuff we're getting right off the bat. In Phase 1, so 4.0, we're going to be getting Angela, an Asgardian Vanguard with a new Thor team-up. Then in 4.5, we're going to be getting Daredevil, which I can only assume is going to be a duelist. I know a lot of people are probably not psyched about that, but he looks amazing. And I still think despite him being another duelist, he's going to be insanely fun and have a really unique kit. I think it would be very cool if they gave him a gimmick where, because he's blind, Cloak's darkness ability and maybe Invisible Woman's invisibility, maybe Daredevil can still see them. That would be pretty cool. But honestly, we don't know much about Daredevil. Angela, on the other hand, another Vanguard, I can tell you right now, I'm going to be playing the hell out of this character, and I cannot wait to team up with you Thor mains, man. Let me tell you, this is our season. I want to make a separate video discussing her kit, because they really didn't reveal much to us. It appears that she's going to be similar to Thor, where she has a very DPS tank-oriented kit, which I'm honestly stoked about, but again, we don't really know too much about her kit. We'll talk about that more later. Her design also looks peak, same with Daredevil. Like, man, they're only getting better when it comes to their character designs, and in that department, the quality has never wavered. Now here's probably the biggest quality of life change that I noticed. They're gonna have placement matches for ranked. It's not gonna be right in Season 4, but this is when they're announcing it and they're working on it. He stated in the video that it's pretty complex to actually implement this because naturally there's going to be a lot of variables to decide where you should actually be ranked, and you can't really tell off just one match, so I'm wondering how this is going to look. I'm sure they got to work out a lot of the kinks, but that's a great step in the right direction, because that means you can bypass a lot of the ranks that you don't belong in and avoid a lot of the crappy teammates or bad matchmaking that everyone hates. Honestly, that's such a good change. That's going to make playing ranks so much better. They implemented already recently. If somebody on your team disconnects, you don't lose nearly as much points, so ranked's only getting better in my opinion. They're also adding a bunch of other game modes, and they're adding a new map, a convergence map, another push the payload. Unfortunately, they're not adding it till September 25th, which I think's kinda silly, but hey, at least we're getting one. We're also getting some more dope summer skins, which is cool. We're getting more accessories for Magneto, Scarlet Witch, Cloak and Dagger, Luna Snow, which I don't really care about, but I'm sure some people love this, which is cool. What did he say too? They're introducing an aura walk for PC players. I'm not really sure what that's about, but it just goes to show that they listen. Because that's not even something I knew people wanted in the game. They're going to be adding more ultimate ability, visible effects that everyone's going to be able to see. This is going to add a whole new layer of customization, making the character more personal to you. This is actually a change that I've wanted in the game for a while, something very underrated. Having your own character customization wheel where it's all your favorite characters. This is going to add a whole new level to the insta-lock on day 1 of Season 4, let me tell ya. Little feature here too, adding customization and font colorization for typing and chat. I'm not really going to use this feature because I'm on console and typing and chat's a nightmare, but for PC I'm sure people are stoked about this. And they're adding it to PS4, which is good for people that don't have a PS5. We know Angela and Thor is going to be a new team-up, but man, they're changing some of the older team-ups, and finally, I've been saying for months, because I main Magic, the Magic and Black Panther one's been around since day 1, and it's gone stale for months now. Thank God. They're adding Magic to Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange, which couldn't have been better for me as a Magic main because I play both Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange quite a bit. They're both common picks too. and from the looks of it, it's going to help with her dive capabilities because Magic's hitbox on her dash is horrendous. Now it's going to be easier to clump enemies together, and they're going to lose additional health if they try to split up. So you put a demon down, start swiping your sword, start meleeing, you can perform a combo, put a demon down, possibly get 2 picks at once now, it's going to be great. I'd be lying if I said adding Black Panther to the Gamma team up wasn't hilarious. Namor's already a common band, so is the Hulk. Nobody, and I mean nobody, likes to play a good Hulk. Now you're adding Black Panther to that. Basically, he's gonna get a shield after his HP goes down to 100. Like this guy needed more survivability, he's a menace. I mean, they did nerf his survivability in general, I'm assuming to compensate for the new team up, but let me tell you right now, more times than not, he's never going to see the light of day. Either him or the Hulk are gonna be banned every game. I'm predicting that, I could be wrong, I know I'm gonna be banning him. I already banned the Hulk more than anyone else. So yeah, pretty mildly hilarious to me, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it's not so bad, maybe it's not banned as much as I'm saying. Of course, anything could happen. I just got a kick out of that one. I'm sure a lot of you did as well. And then obviously there's the new Thor team up with Angela. Honestly, this low-key kind of looks super fun. I don't play Thor and I don't intend to anytime soon, but I might have to give this a try. I'm sure you Thor mains are probably stoked about this. Like, you guys are already bullies out there, now you're gonna be able to chuck a spear at us and slam your hammer down? I always felt Thor was missing some kind of hammer slam ability too. This kind of blends the character together better. And this team up only has 2 characters, so it has room to add another character as well. Maybe you want to split up Loki from the Mantis Groot team up eventually, you could add Loki or Hela or someone else random. For the buffs and nerfs, it's pretty much the same as any other season. They analyze the meta of that season, which characters are banned a lot, which ones are common picks. Thor and Penny are both getting buffs to their ultimates. Makes me feel a little bit more validated for this video I made, where I kinda trashed on these 2 ultimates and people were bitching at me. Clearly the devs feel the same way. I play a lot of Penny Parker and I plan to team up with Thor quite a bit, so I'm pretty pumped about this. Doctor Strange is getting a buff on his offense and his damage, which I think makes sense. Captain America and Emma Frost are being dialed back a bit. I play a lot of Emma, and I actually do play a lot of Cap too, so that's a little sad, but I can understand this one. It kind of feels sad for Emma specifically because ever since 2.0, she's just been getting slowly nerfed and nerfed and nerfed. She's slowly becoming less fun. I can understand it, but it's kind of just sad, because I just see myself playing her less and less until I probably don't play her much anymore. Scarlet Witch, Moon Knight, and Blade are getting buffed. I play a lot of Scarlet, so I'm pumped about this. Squirrel Girl is getting a nerf to her poke, which we all saw that coming. Squirrel Girl runs rampant in quick play. I got my Lord Squirrel Girl this patch, so I'm probably part of the problem. Black Panther's also getting a nerf to her survivability like we already talked about, which is probably why he's getting the team up, which is going to be banned. Psylocke's getting a little bit of a nerf as well. Invisible Woman, Ultron, and Jeff the Shark are all getting buffed, while Loki and Luna Snow are finally getting nerfed. Man, it feels like you only see those 2 strategists. This is definitely a step in the right direction in my opinion. Might see a little bit more diversity in the strategist role now other than Loki and Luna. They stated that Cloak and Dagger, Magneto, and the Phoenix are going to remain the same. They're going to monitor the meta and see if there needs to be changes. So this is basically acknowledging that they're already pretty good or pretty broken, but not quite nerf level yet. I'm honestly going to do a character study on Magneto soon, because he is honestly hilarious. As good as Magneto can be, for as long as he has been, this guy really never gets nerfed. Not truly, little tweaks here and there. Magneto has been one of the most meta tank picks in the entire lifespan of this game, Season 0 to Season now. In Season 4, he's gonna be too. You can absolutely dunk all over a support ult, a Cloak and Dagger, they're getting dunked on every day. He kills, he can shield, he's even good against Wolverine. He goes well with every other tank as a pair. I'm not even complaining, I just find it funny because Magneto isn't polarizing. He doesn't induce rage enough to draw attention. Most times you're playing a good Magneto player and they're taking over your game, it doesn't piss people off enough that they make a stink about it. It's just hilarious to me. Funny enough, I actually agree with all 3 of these staying the same. I think the Phoenix and Cloak and Dagger are in a good position as well. I don't really play the Phoenix, but I think she's powerful enough. Cloak and Dagger has great capabilities. She's a common pick. Very consistent healer. I don't think they need to nerf her at all. And that's pretty well the meat and potatoes of all the main changes coming in Season 4, all the new content. Now I want to discuss why I think the game's in a really good place and why I think Season 4 is very promising. It's no secret that recently they talked about the matchmaking, and a lot of people have a problem with the matchmaking because people feel cheesed all the time. They feel like they're either getting steamrolled or they're steamrolling. There's never really even teams, it can feel like sometimes. There's a huge gap between healers, tanks, and DPS obviously. What I'm trying to say is people voice a lot of legitimate problems, but overall chips are down. The game is still really in a good place, it's a lot of fun. The meta is always changing, sometimes this can be good, sometimes it's bad, it can be frustrating, but we're always getting new heroes and new content. And because the meta changes so much with buffs and nerfs, the team comps that you use, the character team-ups, it's always changing and it always makes it new and fresh. Like for me personally, I'm so excited for this new Magic team-up. I've been waiting for something like this. I've been using Magic for months and months. This is going to change the way I play the game now. And I'm gonna get so excited when I have a Doctor Strange that wants to team up with me now. Penny's getting a buff, which I'm pumped about. I'm pumped about the new characters, they all look good. And although I know it's frustrating that we have way more DPS than any other role, they already acknowledged in a live stream recently that they're aware of this problem and they're going to rectify it. They stated that the characters that are already lined up for the next few seasons, they can't change now, because obviously it takes some time to develop a character and yada yada. They acknowledged the problem and in the future they're going to fix it. So once they get through the next few seasons where they already have characters lined up, they're more than likely going to pump out a lot more tanks and healers. This game hasn't even been out a year yet, and there is endless Marvel characters left to pull from. So I think over time that's going to get better. They nerfed a lot of the characters that needed it and buffed ones that needed it. Ranked matchmaking has only gotten better and better. It's never going to be perfect because you have the human factor where sometimes humans just they pick a character they don't know how to play, making the team feel less fair than it actually is if everyone just played a character they know how. And now that they're going to have placement matches, that's a huge quality of life for so many reasons. One, you're eliminating smurfs. The only smurfs that are going to exist now are the ones that deliberately tank in their placement matching so they can play in lower lobbies. But they've been cracking down on banning those people anyway. This is also going to eliminate people that want to have a second account. They're not going to have to grind through bronze and silver and dominate, climb up to plat, diamond, grandmaster, eternity, wherever they belong. Like they're going to be able to be placed near ballpark where they belong. So you're not going to have to grind through the ranks you already know you don't belong in. And the biggest and most important reason of all why this is important is because they listen. People asked for this and they're giving it to us. They also recently had a Q&A where they actually answered questions about matchmaking, told us that there's no EOMM. I know a lot of people think they might be lying or this and that and they're not happy with the matchmaking, but it's a step in the right direction for a game that's still not very old. There's not many games out there where the devs would be willing to even acknowledge or do any of that, let alone actually start implementing something this quickly. They know people are upset about certain things. They know people wanted buffs for Penny and Thor Ultimates. They are aware that people want more healers and tanks. They acknowledge this. A lot of the biggest problems in this game, the devs have acknowledged, tried to fix, or stated that they plan on fixing it in the future when they have the time and the chance. At the end of the day, people like to see a game fail. They like to say that it's dying. This game has always had great combat, it's aesthetically pleasing, it's very lore accurate to the comic book characters they're portraying. Both in the main menu and in-game, each character feels like the comic book character they are. You run around as Captain America, you snipe people as Hawkeye, you swing your hammer like Thor, and that just makes me excited for all the new characters we're gonna get. The training room and replay system's good. I absolutely love the team-up abilities in this game, and it adds for something unique and you can actually have interesting team comps. Overall, there's a lot to look forward to in this game. I do think it's headed in the right direction, and out of every season so far we've gotten, this is the one I'm most excited about. Maybe you disagree with me, maybe you don't see it that way. By all means, have a discussion with me, leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you're most excited about, what you're disappointed about, maybe you're on the fence still. Hopefully you found something at least with this season that you're looking forward to. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and as always, we will see you all in the next one. Later.